conclude, sir. Thank you.
Shri Sujit Kumar. Sir, be very brief.
Thank you, sir. Sir,
No one knows better than you do. Brevity is the soul of wit.
Sir, I have much to say, but because of your instruction, I'll try to be brief and speak faster. Sir, I'll begin by conveying the message of my party president and our Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Naveen Patnaik, who has lauded the growth focus of the budget, and I quote him. The budget has some good aspects which needs to be appreciated, and there are some concerns which needs to be looked into and addressed. Good steps are increased capital investment, support to drinking water initiatives, and increasing rural housing. This will accelerate growth as well as have social impact in rural areas, unquote. Of course, he has some concerns which I'll highlight in due course. Sir, I'll certainly compliment the very competent Honorable Finance Minister for laying out a blueprint to take the country to a $5 trillion economy as we celebrate the 75 years of our independence as we have the G20 presidency. Sir, E-Code project, allocation for the phase 3 of the E-Code project has been 67,000 crore, which is very laudable, which will create paperless code and also help in the faster delivery of justice to the citizens. Capital expenditure has been hiked by 37.4% over the RE of 22-23 to rupees 10 lakh crore. This will certainly have a trickle-down impact and help the country in its journey towards building physical infrastructure connectivity. Green growth or net zero. Sir, I'll also commend her for the steps taken by the government to boost the green ecosystem in the country. The National Green Hydrogen Mission with an outlay of close to 20,000 crore will facilitate the country to transition to a low carbon economy and also reduce our dependency on the fossil fuel imports. Sir, it won't be out of place for me here to mention that Odisha was the first state to keep track of and make public disclosure of the government expenditure made for climate action and to mainstream climate action into the state's budget. Sir, one of the least appreciated aspects of the budget is sports, and I think the Honorable Finance Minister has not gotten the due she deserves for this. Rupees 3,400 crore is the highest sports budgetary allocation, which is an increase of rupees 334 crore over last year. Sir, while we celebrate this focus on sports, I would like to bring to the attention of the House how Odisha has emerged as the sports hub of India under the leadership of our visionary CM, Shri Naveen Patnaik. Recently, we very successfully organized the Men's Hockey World Cup and built the largest capacity stadium in the world, hockey stadium, Birsa Munda Hockey Stadium. And also, sir, I'm proud to state that we are the only country to sponsor national team, both men's and women's hockey. Sir, Millet Mission, we welcome the Honorable FM's thrust on millet, and I'm happy that millet has been given the importance in this budget. Sir, it is pertinent to note that Odisha's Millet Mission is a pioneering initiative, and I urge the government to establish a center of excellence for millet research in the state of Odisha. Sir, PVTGs, we welcome the Pradhan Mantri PVTG Development Mission, for which an amount of rupees 15,000 crore has been sanctioned to improve the socio-economic conditions of PVTGs. Sir, let me tell you, sir, that we have 13 PVTGs in Odisha, and Government of Odisha has already started a program for PVTGs way back in 2015, 8 years ago, sir, called OPEILIP, Odisha PVTG Empowerment and Livelihood Improvement Program. Sir, over 32,000 PVTG households are realizing the development objectives of this. Sir, I'll now come to some of the concerns which has been flagged by our Honorable CM, particularly with regards to the social sector allocation, sir. Sir,
conclude.
Sir, give me 2-3 minutes, sir.
1 minute.
Sir, 2-3 minutes, sir. Sir, education is an area which I would like to definitely talk about because I'm very passionate about it. Sir, Honorable FM articulated 7 priorities in her budget speech, which she called Saptarishis. Sir, I'm very sad that education is not one of the Saptarishis. Since we know that, sir, investment in education is the foundation of a nation. Sir, way back in the 60s, Kothari Commission had recommended that we should spend 6% of our GDP on education. In NEP 2020 also that vision is articulated. But, sir, we are nowhere close. I do appreciate that 1.12 lakh crore has been sanctioned in this budget, which is a good hike over the previous budget. Sir, but sir, if you take the combined state and center's education spent, it's still less than 4% of GDP. So I urge her to look into it, sir.
Good.
Sir, just 2 more minutes, sir. 2 more minutes. Sir, I'll urge the government to give special consideration for Odisha when it comes to sharing under the Disaster Response Fund. Sir, you know, sir, that we witness cyclone almost on an annual basis. And western part of Odisha, where I come from, is very drought-prone. Even the 15th Finance Commission, sir, has recommended that the sharing pattern between Union of India and state government for Odisha should be 90-10 under the Disaster Response Fund. Sir, that is a serious and sincere request from us.
Thank you, thank
and
you.
also, sir, devolution of 100 crore towards Odisha for the drought prevention measure and 800 crore for strengthening the early warning system is highly, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Just 1 minute, sir. I'll conclude, sir. Sir, I'll talk of the Ayushman Bharat, for which 7,200 crore has been earmarked. Sir, Government of Odisha spent 6,000 crore under the flagship scheme, health assurance scheme of the state, which is called Biju Swasthya Kalyan Yojana, BSKY. Sir, my colleagues have already spoken about the need to reduce the GST on Kendu leaves. Sir, I'll conclude, sir. Sir, finally, sir, I'll just conclude in 30 seconds by speaking about the KBK district, which is a cluster of 8 districts in the southwestern part of Odisha, largely tribal, largely affected by LWE. Sir, acute need to improve connectivity, particularly rail density in that part of Odisha, sir. Thank you.
Shri V. Vijay Sai Reddy.